Hey guys, it's Johnny with JMFD Customs, the holster division of Cayenne Precision LLC. And today we're back here to take a look at some internet myths and try to combat some social media idiocracy. Before we get started, please hit the like and subscribe button down below. We certainly appreciate it when you guys do that. So let's get right into this. A huge question that you see asked everywhere across the interwebs is, will Kydex scratch my gun? And then you see a plethora of answers that are 99% wrong. So we wanted to address this today. Will a Kydex, we're going to get into this and explain it. Will a Kydex holster scratch my gun? My answer to this is no, not if it's made properly. Which elicits a lot of reactions from the social media gunsmiths. So anyway, we're just going to take a look at this and I'll show you proof. First off, we need to define a scratch versus holster wear. Any gun in any holster is going to eventually develop holster wear. There is a big difference in scratch and holster wear. And this right here has very little of either. It doesn't have any scratches, as a matter of fact. That one little section right there, that is rubbed, polished, that is holster wear. This is going to happen on any holster that you run over an extended period of time. A scratch is a deep mark in the coating. The thing is, this is a Staccato CS slide. This is DLC coated. This coating is tougher than Kydex. It is harder than Kydex. Kydex is not going to scratch this if it is made properly. If it is extremely out of spec as far as fitment, or there is a burr or something like that, yes, you can scratch the surface of this. Another myth that we're going to talk about today is leather is better than Kydex. Leather won't scratch your gun. Leather won't leave holster wear. That is complete crap. Don't even know who made that up, and I'm going to show you an example of that because this slide has been carried most of its life inside a leather holster. So we're going to take a look at that. This is my EDC carry holster. This is a Kydex holster. It's the 2023 CS with the TLR7 sub. This is not only my personal 2023 CS, this is also my EDC. So every single 2023 CS holster that we have made and shipped out has been formed, test fitted, everything, final fitment has been done using this slide right here. It has also been my everyday carry gun for the last 2-3 years. Don't even remember how long it's been out. This slide now is over 20,000 holstering cycles, which means it has been in and out of a holster over 20,000 times in its life. Now let's take a look at it. So there is absolutely no wear on this slide anywhere. There is no scratches on this, period. There's not. Our holsters are made off CNC cut tooling. They don't cause scratches. And I can guarantee you they don't because I test every one before it goes out in case there is a defect somewhere or a burr somewhere that for some reason I missed. I test it on mine. Now what you will get is the thing guys don't seem to understand with a firearm inside a holster, any kind of holster, the firearm actually has to make contact with the holster somewhere. That's just a given. You will see the little white chalk looks like chalk marks. Sorry, I can't talk. It'll look like chalk marks sometimes when you're first start running your holster. You holster it a few times and you'll see these white like chalk marks on here. You take those with your thumb and you wipe them off. If you can wipe it off with your thumb, that is not a scratch. That is not holster wear. That is just part of carrying a firearm in a holster. That's all there is to it. Anyway, over 20,000 holstering cycles, not one single scratch on this slide anywhere. That completely debunks the crap about Kydex scratching your weapon. If it is made right, if it's fitted right, it will not scratch. Point blank and period. There are no ifs, ands, buts. Well, somebody told me this. It just doesn't work that way. It doesn't happen. Now, I will say this one little spot right here, that is holster wear. After 20,000 cycles of this going in and out of a holster, you are going to get wear somewhere. This one is mine because that is apparently the hot spot for my holster, which means the way that I holster and unholster my weapon, however I do it, that, and I basically appendix carry all of the time. So that is the first spot of the pistol that is hitting my holster when I pull it in and when I pull it out. This has to do with the way my hand is canted on my draw. This will change from person to person depending on how they present their weapon. If they pull back and pull out and they're right-handed, this will probably be the hot spot on this tip. And then when they reinsert it, if they reinsert it canted back and going down. So looking at this over 20,000 cycles, this tells me that when I pull mine, I am actually pulling it out just a little bit away from my body and up. And when I holster it, I holster the muzzle end first and then let the holster align my pistol. So that tells me exactly what my draw is. And again, it's not a scratch. 20,000 holster cycles, no scratches. That completely debunks that crap. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is I actually had a gentleman request one time for me to suede line my holster. And when I said we don't do that because it will scratch your gun up worse than any other kind of holster you can do, he went off on a rant, wrote me a one-page email about how if I couldn't do something, don't make things up to justify it, blah, 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 blah. The reason we don't suede line holsters is suede will collect dust, dirt, and debris. It sticks to it like Velcro. You collect dust, dirt, and debris down in here, it is going to act as an abrasive. Man, the Biden presidency is still sticking with me. It will start to wear your finish. And it can scratch it. You get little sand particles in there where it is forcing pressure down on a piece of sand and going back and forth. You can get scratches that way, and we contribute that to the holster not being made properly. We do not suede line holsters, even by request, because it's not the right way to do it. If it's not the right way to do it, I don't care if you want it or not. My company's not going to put our name on it. So let's get into leather is better. Leather will not scratch your holster, blah, blah, blah. Leather will not scratch your holster. However, leather will not scratch your weapon. Sorry. Leather will polish your weapon. Anyone that thinks leather is better than Kydex should actually look up what a leather knife strop is. Leather can polish. Leather is used to polish things. This is my old Gen 3 Glock 17C. And again, before anybody says, why are you covering up your serial number? I'm an FFL. I don't need to cover that up. This is 3D scanner indicators. So anyway, save the reach out about that. This was carried in a leather holster for almost 2 years straight, every day, when I was using this weapon. Now, you will see, do you see this right here, guys? Where that is polished on the end, and then you flip it over. That's just some heat from the ports, but you flip it over on this side and it's polished right there. And then again, you look on this side and it is polished right here. That is from a leather holster. Going in and out of leather is much worse than anything Kydex will ever do to your gun. And I know that people are going to say, you build Kydex, so of course you're going to say that. There's the proof right there. I carried this in a Kydex holster for the 5 years after I ditched the leather, and there are no scratches, no marks, no nothing from the Kydex. This was a molding line where they formed the leather right here. This is also where the muzzle was going in. This was first point of contact. This was the tightest point on the holster, and you can see it just polished it smooth. You keep using a leather holster and you keep using it. I mean, if I would have used this holster for 5 years, this would have been nice and shiny down here, nice and shiny here, and shiny here. And it would have also begun to wear down where this indention was on the injection cutout. Leather is, look up leather. Before you make comments, before you make assumptions, before you take somebody else's word about how leather is best for a nice pistol, do your research about leather and what leather does. As a matter of fact, take an old belt and look at an old belt. If you will notice, the buckle will be starting to tarnish. But where the leather goes across it every single day is going to be nice and polished and clean. Something else, take a scrap piece of anodized aluminum, something scrap like a rail section or an old handguard or whatever you can find, and take an old belt, put it in a vise and run that belt back and forth across it. You will polish it to a nice silver finish. That's a myth. It needs to be debunked. Guys, we're in 2025. If you want to carry in a leather holster, I know a lot of guys love to because they're comfortable. They do fit nice. They do fit nice to the body. But if you're trying to eliminate wear, that is not a reason to have a leather holster. The best thing you can do is get a good quality Kydex holster. Am I saying that my Kydex holsters are the only ones out there that will not scratch your gun? No. However, I did see a guy in the comments section where this turned into a conversation say that my holster, I won't say the brand, came with a card in the package that says not for safe queens. It will scratch your gun. I hope the guy was joking, but if there really are holsters coming with that card in the package right there, send that piece of crap back as soon as you read that card, because basically they're saying, we didn't really take the time to make sure this fits good. Here you go. And that's a disclaimer so you don't come back on us saying, why did this piece of crap scratch my gun all to pieces? So anyway, I hope this helps somebody. We get a lot of questions, and we've been seeing a lot of uptick on social media and on the forums asking about that. So once again, there you go. Over 20,000 holster cycles in a Kydex holster, cut off of CNC machine tooling and fitted around this actual pistol, and nothing. One hot spot of wear, 0 scratches. Anyway, guys, that's it for this one. We'll see you in the next one. Like I said, please hit the like and subscribe button down below. We certainly appreciate it when you guys do that.